Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to your online classes. The camera, I think, is a bit towards this side. Okay. So we will continue with the story that we have started, Bipin Chaudhury's Lapse of Memory. Okay. So we had understood the three things that had happened to the main plot of the story. At first we have found out about the character of Mr. Bipin Chaudhury. Okay, we have understood what kind of a man he is. Can you tell me some of the nature that we discussed? That means what characteristics or personality traits did we discuss about Bipin Chaudhury? Do you remember? Let me see who can say. Avid reader. Yes, let me write it. Avid reader, bookworm. Okay. Anything else? Non-mixer. Okay. Means, he was nerdy and introvert kind. Who has written extrovert? He used to read books. Yes. Introvert. Yes. Nerdy is something. Meek. Yes, you can say meek. Anything else which is not directly stated in the book, or nor did I discuss it, but you can think through his through the way he interacted with the stranger. Some other characteristics can you draw? Meek I have written. He used to read many types of books like ghost, detective, etc. Yes. So he had an adventurous mind, you can say. Self-confidence. Okay. And he was poor in committing to memory. Neshat. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know yet. Okay. Less memory having. So you have reversed the order of words. You have written less memory having instead of writing having less memory. Okay, he was poor in committing. Anything else from what we have read through his interaction with the stranger? How did he come across? Only falling. Falling? Did you try to write fooling? Sudarshan? Just think about the way he interacted with the stranger. How was he interacting? Even though he was affected inside. Okay, how was he? Did not like to talk with strangers. Yes, we can say that. We can say that. How did he interact? That's what I want to see. Let me wait for a while, then I can tell you. Can you see the entire board? Let me see. He was too confidential. That means he wanted to keep things to himself. Okay, one thing did you notice? I will be starting then. It is so hazy. Because he was losing his mind. Yes, towards the end we found that was he losing his mind, that was being said. Okay, think of the way he was interacting with the stranger when the stranger was continuously giving him information about how he met him. Okay, how he met him, how the stranger had seen him in Ranchi. Think of the way Bipin Chaudhury was responding to him. Don't you think that it shows another personality trait? Neglecting means he does not care about what others says. You can say that. One more thing you can say is that he had a calm and composed outward demeanor. Okay, that means even though there was a storm brewing inside of his head, even though he was affected by everything that was being said, okay, even though he was being affected by everything that was being said to him, He did not show it to the stranger. He was composed. He did not let the stranger think of him as being affected by his words, and he stuck to what he was saying, that no, I don't recall meeting you. Even though he was questioning himself, see, in the book we find that as the stranger was talking to him, Bipin Babu, instead of facing him all the time, turned back towards the shelf, okay, the bookshelf in which the books were kept. He turned back towards that, which tells you that Bipin Chaudhuri, even though he was being affected by the stranger's words, had a calmness, had a composed nature. He did not let the stranger understand that he was trying to have doubts about his own memory. Okay, so that is also another trait that we can understand. Okay. So this is what we did. So we came across the character of Bipin Chaudhuri. We came across the encounter that he has with a man named Parimal Ghosh, right? And we also came across, after outward, what you have written? I have written demeanor, appearance, you can say. Okay. So after having the interaction with this man, he had an encounter or interaction with a stranger, with an intruder. Okay. And after that, the response that he has, the initial response that Bipin Chaudhuri has, that we have understood in the previous class. We have understood that even though Bipin Chaudhuri at first completely neglected the man's claims, after that he was thinking to himself, reflecting to himself whether there was any truth about what the man has said. Okay. So we understood that the initial response of Bipin Chaudhuri was completely different, okay, because he did not let the man think or doubt his memory, but as the time passed and as the man went on revealing more, he was pretending to not be affected in his confidence after talking with the stranger. Yes, you can say that. Good. Yes, that means the outward personality of Bipin Chaudhuri, even though he seemed to be a weak-natured man, the outward personality of Bipin Chaudhuri was very composed. He did not let the man sway him. Okay, he did not break down from his personality. He did not break down and start asking more and more questions about what happened in the Ranchi trip. Okay, so this is what we understood. This is what we understood from his interaction and the initial response. So we have, he had far-sightedness. Yes, you can say that he had far-sightedness. He thought that there has to be an explanation to what is happening. So there are, you know, as you grow up, even now you are quite old, that means not old, but you have, that means you have seen the world a little bit, and you know that there are different kinds of people in the society. You will find around you, in your family, in your friends group, in your relatives, among your relatives, you will find different types of people are there. Some people who react instantaneously. Suppose you are saying something, they will make so many loud gestures, they would start shouting, or they will just let you know how in a dramatic manner how they are affected. And then you will meet those other group of people who will simply smile at what you are saying, even though what you are saying is something very outrageous. They will not show you the emotion that you wanted to see. Okay, so there are all different sorts of people in this world, all this different sorts of people in the society, and this story is again telling us about the character of this peculiar man, Bipin Chaudhuri. Far-sightedness, not having clear vision. Who is asking the meaning of far-sightedness? Aryan. Yes. Aryan, far-sightedness means not the ability not to see into the future, okay, not having the ability to see into the future, or having the intelligence to understand what might happen, okay. He thought that, but Bipin Chaudhuri had far-sightedness, that means he had the ability to think of what the consequences of a certain actions can be. Okay, so we remember we read a story, Glimpses of the Past. In there you had seen that the Indian princes were not far-sighted. Okay, in that place, remember? So it meant that the Indian princess did not have the ability to see into the future. Okay, so it means that the ability to look into the future, having a wide vision or a wide understanding, a wise understanding, wisdom of understanding the future. So that is called farsightedness. Now we come to the second section. The board is hazy. Well, it's not a grammar class, thankfully. So if you just listen to what I am saying, that will be enough. Maybe the camera has not been adjusted properly. And I don't think I can stop the class to adjust the camera. So Preyashi, try to listen to what I am saying. I think that will be enough. So we came across the character of Bipin, the encounter he has, and the initial response of Bipin Chaudhary to the encounter. We came across all these things. Now come to page number 63, and today's lesson we will begin from page 63. Okay. So who can tell me without looking at the book? Yes, Anna is saying Anna, you have read the story, have you? Don't tell us what happens in the story. So tell me something. What is the name of the street? Don't look at the book and tell me what is the name of the street in which his car was parked. And tell me the name of the cinema hall which was nearby. Bertram, yes. And the name of the cinema hall? Bertram Street, yes, correct. Name of the cinema hall? Don't look at the book. If you look at the book, don't write. Yes, Lighthouse, correct. Lighthouse Cinema Hall, yes. That was the place in which the car was parked, right? So we will begin from page number 63 today, and we come across Bipin Chaudhary's confused memory. Okay, we come across how Bipin Chaudhary, is it better? Okay. We came across how Bipin Chaudhary thought, was he losing his mind? But how could that be? He was working daily in his office. It was a big firm and he was doing a responsible job. He wasn't aware of anything ever going seriously wrong. Only today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting. And yet, so Bipin Chaudhary, even though he was quite, that means he was not a young man, he was quite becoming old. He was becoming old, but he used to work in an office. Okay, he used to work at an office, and he praised himself for having a sharp mind. He was quite confident of himself that he had a good memory and a good mind, because if you don't have a good presence of mind, if you don't have a proper memory, then I don't think it is possible for you to work at an office, right? So he thought that he must have a good presence of mind. Okay, he must have wisdom. He must he was not somebody who was losing his mind. So he was just telling himself or making himself aware of all the other things that he did properly. What was that? Today he spoke for half an hour at an important meeting. So that was good. That was a good thing about him. He was quite good at what he did. And yet, ... Now this and yet tells you that Bipin Chaudhary was not very confident about what he was thinking. Okay, he was not very confident. He was almost sure that he had not been to Ranchi, but he was not completely sure. And that is described through these two words, and yet. Come to the next paragraph. Yes, ma'am. Let us read. It is something far-sighted. Let your friend explain it to you. Okay, so it will be better if he explains. Anna, I think, can explain it while I proceed with the story. Let's see. And yet, the man knew a great deal about him. How? He even seemed to know some intimate details. And yet, that means even though he knew, he was confident about his own memory, even then this man who had told him all these different shocking details about his life, all those personal details about his life which matched, completely matched. Okay. And so this was the reason why he was affected, because the man told him all the things about his life, the intimate details about his life which were true. The bag of books, wife's death, brother's insanity. So remember what were the facts which were told by the stranger. Okay, leave it. I think what Annoy wanted to mean was that Bipin Chaudhuri had the wit to wait for the future, and he probably had the confidence in his memory, and he thought that in the near future it will be clarified, whatever confusion has been created, it will be clarified. Is that what you wanted to mean? Okay. Come to the facts which were said by the man. Let us write it down. What were the facts which the man has said? First fact which he had said was, he always carried a bag of books. The second fact which he had said is, Bipin Chaudhuri had lost his wife's death. And the third fact which he had said was about his brother's insanity. Okay. And what other fact did he say? Who can tell me? What was the other fact which I wrote it as he hesitated to visit Dinesh Mukherjee, thinking about the consequences? Yes, yes, okay. It is something we are going to study next, okay, because we have not studied yet till Dinesh Mukherjee's part. So, please concentrate on what I am saying. Concentrate on what the facts there were. No children, yes, correct Preyoshi. I forgot about that fact. And what other fact which were true? The cut on his right knee, yes, correct. So many facts were seen, were told by this man. 5 books at a time. Aryan is asking, why 5 books at a time? Aryan, that question that is already revealed in the beginning of the chapter. It is said that he bought 5 books at a time to last him through the week, so that he did not run out of book. Any other facts? I cannot recall any more facts which were said by him. If you recall any of the facts, you can tell me. I will write it in the board. Okay, so these were all correct. All these facts were correct. Okay. And that is the reason why Bipin Chaudhuri was rethinking. He was having second thoughts about his own confidence. Okay. The only mistake was about having his gone to Ranchi. Not a mistake, a deliberate lie. A deliberate lie. Now this thing is what Mr. Bipin Chaudhuri is thinking. Deliberate lie. So as I told you in the beginning, his mind was quite fast. His mind was quite sharp, because he had a habit of reading. He had a habit of reading. I can't see your chat. He didn't want to visit mental hospital because of his brother's insanity. Yeah, but these things were not fact in because they did not actually happen according to Bipin Chaudhuri, right? I'm talking about the facts of his own life. Okay, the facts of his own life which he had said about the hotel. I don't know if Bipin Chaudhuri was affected by it or not. Maybe, we are not sure. This characteristics of Bipin Chaudhuri of refusing to eat hotel food, we are not sure about if it is correct or not. It seems to be correct. It seems to be a fact. Because of he will not go to shop for 1 month. No, Udit. For one, that means every week he would take 5 books with him from the shop. Okay, at least to pass the entire week. Again in the next week he will go and he will buy 5 books. That was the routine in his life. So all these facts which we got about his personal life, these facts were stated by this man, except the fact that he had gone to Ranchi. All these facts suited Bipin Chaudhary just fine. He accepted all these things because they were all truth. Okay. Then he is saying it was not a mistake, it was a deliberate lie. Can you see the board this side? No, I don't think you can see the board this side. The word deliberate lie tells us something about the character of Bipin Chaudhary. That is, he was also a person who always was like, he did not accept everything at face value. He was quite cynical about people. So he thought that it was a deliberate lie. That means somebody had deliberately lied to him just to confuse him. That means somebody who knew things about him and he was deliberately lying to him. So that tells you another thing, that because of reading so many crime stories, so many suspense stories, Bipin Chaudhary's mind was always suspicious. Okay. So this another characteristics of Bipin Chaudhary is revealed, that his mind was suspicious. He was suspicious. Okay. The personality traits that we were discussing at the beginning of the chapter, another we can add, that is he was suspicious. Okay, he was doubtful about other people, which is very common of people who does not mix well with others. Okay, people who do not mix well with others are always doubtful of the other person's intentions. Okay. He was too judgmental. Yes, he used to judge people because he did not, while he was going to his car, he saw his your chats have become so much, I cannot see the top. Because of he will not go to ma'am, but it is fact about his likes and dislikes. Yes. Okay. Let us continue. Even if you can't see the board, if you can hear, that will be enough, I think. Okay. So in 58, during the pujas, he was in Kanpur. He remembers it very well that in 1958, he was in Kanpur at his friend Haridas Bagchi's place. Again name, remember the names. Haridas Bagchi's place in Kanpur. All Bipin Babu had to do was write to, no, there was no way of writing to Haridas. Bipin Babu suddenly remembered that Haridas had left with his wife for Japan some weeks ago and he didn't have his address. Okay. So another thing we found out is that Bipin Babu was very confident of having not spent the the pujas in Ranchi, because he remembered very well that he had spent his pujas in Kanpur with the family of Mr. Haridas Bagchi. Okay. But there was no way of finding out the truth about it because Haridas Bagchi had already left for Japan with his wife and he didn't have his address. But where was the need for proof? Again he is doubting and again he is coming back to his first response, that everything the man said was false. That was his first response. And again he is coming back to his first response, that is, where was the need of proof? He himself was fully aware that he hadn't been to Ranchi, and that was that. That means, and that was all. That was all the proof that he needed in the world, that he knew about the fact that he had not been to Ranchi, and that was enough for him. Okay. The river breeze was bracing and yet a slight discomfort. Ma'am, he also had a character of spending enough money as he bought so many books without going to library, and he also owned car and AC. So you can say he had a materialistic nature as well. Yes, you can say that. You can say that because we understood that he had a private car, but spending on books is always excused, right? Nobody will scold you or tell you anything bad if you spend money on books. Anyway, still you can say that because he owned a car, he was quite rich, and like in those days he worked at an office and he had a habit of visiting places. Anyway, you can have your opinion, that's a good thing. But where was the need of proof? That means this person was again questioning himself that why do I need proof, which tells you again that Bipin Chaudhuri, though he was affected, he was so much confident of himself that he did not want to go looking for proofs. Okay. Now come back to the next para. The river breeze was bracing and yet a slight discomfort lingered in Bipin Babu's mind. The river breeze was bracing. As you can see, the meaning has been given stimulating. That means here he wants to, that means the river breeze was actually making him feel good. Okay. Still there was a slight discomfort which was lingering. That means it was still remaining in Bipin Babu's mind. In his mind there was a slight discomfort. The discomfort was caused by the fact, first of all, the surety of the man. The man was very confident when he was talking about the entire trip of Bipin Babu, right? That was the first thing. The second thing was that all these facts which he had provided were coming true. Okay, they were all true. Even the last fact which he had cut on his right knee, Bipin Babu will shortly discover that it is also correct. Look at the next paragraph. Around Hastings is another place in Kolkata, Bipin Babu decided to roll up his trousers and take a look at his right knee. There was the mark of an old inch-long cut. Okay. It was impossible to tell when the injury had occurred. So we will stop over here. So Bipin Chaudhuri's the last fact which was told by the man also came true. Okay. That fact also came true. So we understood that Bipin Chaudhuri had every right to self-doubt himself, okay, to have second thoughts about what had happened, but he was almost sure that he has never been to Ranchi. Yes, any other question? Yes, Neshat, you can say that. He did not have a good instinct, but the fact that he had understood that a man was observing him when he was in the bookshop tells you that he has some good instinct as well. Okay, his instinct might be low. You can have some reasons of your own to say that. Anybody has a doubt about the part that we did today? Any doubts do you have, or else we will end the class because the time is already over. Okay. Okay, Upasana doesn't have a doubt. Good. If you have a doubt, you can tell me, no problem. Okay. Lingered means remained. Please find out the exact definition from the dictionary or from Google. Lingered means it remained, the effect was still there. Okay, that means here it means that even though he was getting a bit composed, the doubts that he had previously, they were still there. Okay, so I am ending the class today. If you have any doubts regarding this portion, we will continue it in the next class. Okay, thank you students.